Good morning, this is Aline, and today I'm going to give you a tour of the East Garden Bed. This is the first one that we had. We got it this spring that we moved into this house, and we've been here for 4 years. And it's changed a lot, but it's doing well. This is a New England Arbors raised garden bed kit that we got from Costco. It's actually 2 kits. Each one makes a 4x4 raised garden beds. So we decided to do this. Let me back up. Because it would, be cooler, a little more formal. It's in the front yard. I was worried that it might not be, what the neighbors might think. I don't think I care now, but anyway, the beans on the trellis are Scarlet Runner beans. They're doing very well. All those beautiful red flowers will be green beans probably soon. Cabbage. These were bought from Starts. The onions that you see sort of interspersed are yellow onions that sprouted in my pantry. This is a cauliflower that I grew from a seed. Hasn't done anything yet, but I probably planted it at the wrong time, but we're going to let it run and see what happens. We've already harvested 1 cabbage. Ate it. It was delicious. So that is English thyme. So that's a dead wild onion, I think, but I pulled it out, planted it, pulled it out, planted it, and it's dead now. But anyway, this is a stand of oregano that I let go, and I'm trying to cut back now to get it under control. But actually, if it bloomed, it would attract pollinators, so I'm leaving some of it to go ahead and bloom. That was planted last year. This rosemary was planted last year. They both obviously did great over the winter. This bed is radishes and my pea hedge. It's a little late in the season for peas, but I got a late start, and they're actually producing. They look to be producing quite well. Let me push them in, and we'll be picking them as soon as they branch out or fill out. This is a volunteer tomato. I think it's a San Marzano, because we had volunteer San Marzanos in this bed last year. Last year this bed completely was overgrown with grass. We finally pulled it all out this year and got it clear. Marigolds for insect control. And another volunteer tomato, which I moved, but it's doing really well. Also, hopefully, a San Marzano. So this looks like, nothing, when in fact it is an asparagus bed. They've only been in the ground. I planted crowns. They've only been in the ground a week, so nothing has happened yet. I'm still hopeful. Obviously, nothing will be picked this year because they need to establish before you can pick the fruit, the stalks. But it's it's a perennial crop, so it could last 15 or 20 years. At least that's the hope. And I had to pull out a very large stand of bee balm. It was either that or build yet another garden bed, which I was willing to do, but Tierney was not. So, well, And since I need her manual labor as much as my financial aid, then that's all we can do. This is the newest bed for this side. There are things growing, not a lot. That's borage. Yeah, there it is. Can't see the camera very well in the light. There are others planted. They haven't sprung up yet. And this is an artichoke. Yeah. And there's another one over there. I planted these for Choelle White. So when she comes, once this pandemic we're all free to travel, and when she comes to visit, hopefully at some point, we'll have artichokes, which she loves. Anyway, this is a similar bed. This was the first one of the tall beds that I got. This one has a composting keyhole, and the other one should, but I didn't put it in because I don't find it to be that useful. I mean, well, it is useful, but keeping that much, kitchen scraps to compost both beds would have been kind of impossible. But anyway, because this one gets a lot of morning shade from this fence and a lot of afternoon shade from the house, I put brassicas in it to hopefully keep them going longer in the summer. Although they're probably okay. This is scarlet kale. Those are broccoli. The onions are red. These also have sprouted from my garden. There's room for more in here, and I will eventually put more in here. So we'll just have to see what happens. Aoife is, she would like to be out here, but she's not trustworthy. Kima. I'm going to show you both. Here's Kima. Oh, and this is where we moved the bee balm. And Jester. Puppy, puppy. And here's Jester. They would all like to be garden dogs, but they don't stay where they're, maybe someday. And since this is the open yard, there's not really any way to keep them in. Anyway, that's the east garden. It's got room for more. We'll be planting more. It's kind of waiting for the fall crops or the late summer crops to add into it. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.